Hello everybody! Edition of Lunch Break. And if you're watching this show, program that brings you the many foods you can make during your break at lunch or anywhere else, basically, because you know right now we're in quarantine edition, so be home stuff for the moment. And I'm gonna set you guys all down over here, you know, on Twitch and Instagram and Facebook, because I don't know why it's glitchy now and acting all crazy on Facebook, but tuning in right now and you're watching the 100th episode of Lunch Break. Get it that far, people. We've done so many episodes already. I don't know what that's just so crazy. But yes, thank you all of you for making this happen to 100. And of course, if you're questioning yourself and looking at me and being like, wait, what's going on? Why am I wearing the apron? Because today is not my show. Well, at least but the person who's going to be doing the wife, she is the actual chef for today. No, you're okay. There you go. So she is going to be hosting episode 100. I know she's wearing my jacket and stuff, but so yeah, so I'm legit. So I'm not cooking. She is. And while I do her spiel for 100th episode, we're streaming.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, first of all, how you guys doing? Hey, as Chris said, welcome to the 100th 100 episode break. Forgive me what I look like. This is not my size, by the way. It meant me about 4.5 now, just a little bit better. However, this is Chris's jacket. The chef, I guess, for today. First of all, thank you guys so much for. This was actually, I do this or not, and the reason why I did not want to do this is because this is just all him and like what he does. This is his. So, Chris was like, no, I think the best 100th episode would be you to host it. So I'm gonna go on your show. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, for Chris anyway, and my daughter. I had to think about what I wanted to do, and I genuinely love to do that. I think it's like one of the most things I think to make, and
we are making.
And we're so, just to like what we're gonna do today is a keto or low carb version, what you're normally used to eating that you have in your lifetime. So no, there's a reason. Let me host this, then take a back seat. Okay, so at one point of your life, especially if you live in New York, you've probably had an egg roll, right? You had an egg roll before, right? We all love egg rolls, right? That crispy, crunchy, fried, artery clogging thing if you eat too much of it. Comes in different versions. The traditional egg roll that everybody loves to eat with sauce. That's my personal favorite. Right? Then you have a beef egg roll, and then you also have spring rolls, which are not egg rolls. Okay, spring rolls are not egg. There is a recipe that I have made in the past. My daughter absolutely adore it. It is called an egg roll in a bowl. So we're gonna be, guys, a low carb version of an egg. Great option to do if you want to incorporate it with something else. Fried shell that you guys are normally used to with regular egg rolls. Which, by the way, you can use this recipe to actually stuff actual egg roll wraps if you choose. I just decided to do this because I am obviously on a low carb diet for over 4.5 years now, give or take. To me, it's It's very filling. I absolutely love it. My daughter loves it, and I'm gonna make it for you guys today. So it's called an egg roll in the bowl. Do you want to read what the egg roll in the bowl?
Sure.
Something is. I heard something. Oh, that's. Is that Twitch? Yes,
No,
probably. Oh no, it's probably
no, there's no
Instagram.
song.
All right,
So here's the knowledge drop.
Okay, so anyway.
You want to read it?
No, we can do it together. Like you read one and I read one.
Okay.
My show for today, so I'm saying how I want you to do it.
All right. So basically, egg roll in a bowl. So egg rolls are a variety of deep-fried Chinese restaurants. An egg roll is cylindrical, shredded cabbage, chopped pork, cut a thickly wrapped wheat flour skin, which is fried. I was reading and I had to stop myself for a second. So
it's usually served restaurants, right?
Yeah.
So the origins of the dish really disputed at this point. There's so many different people that'll say, well, we own it, or we came from here, or it came from there. Not necessarily the case. Instagram is going berserk right now. Distinct from spring rolls. That's why I said egg rolls and spring rolls are really different, which are served in the mainland of China and were first in the early 20th century in the U.S. So we just very recently, 20th century, began to see that egg rolls existed. An early reference to egg rolls appeared in the recipe pamphlet published in the United States that resembled the modern egg roll. In 1917, the recipe described a meat and vegetable filling wrapped in an egg omelet, hence the fact egg roll, pan-fried and served. That's the way I get it.
No, sorry, I had to stop you on there.
Egg roll.
Only because the last part,
Doesn't matter. I said
it disputed origins of the dish. It is unclear on how egg appeared in the name, since the freaking egg roll is cabbage and not egg.
right, but in 1970 says that it wrapped in an egg omelet. Okay.
Egg rolls do not typically contain egg in the filling and wheat flour wrapper making eggs.
Right. So if you are allergic to eggs, if you are allergic to dairy, or if you're allergic to wheat, have what they call celiac disease. Celiac, not eat anything with gluten in it. Then you can omit egg roll or the eggs. Okay. So that is the whole spiel about egg originated from, and of course you guys know we in the US are recipes that we get from around the world, and we adapt our custom here in the mainland of the United States. So today for you, in a bowl. So no frying. So we're not going to be using the wraps. Now, like I said, buy the wraps if you choose. But we're trying to do this as low carb as possible because I want you guys to simple and easy. This recipe, legitimate. What are you going to need for your egg roll bowl or egg roll keto egg? Need is 1 pound of ground turkey or meat substitute you decide to use. Keep in mind when you're using, you have to be careful because shrimp, you have to cook it very well because it is a fish.
Okay, but for the recipe that we're doing,
I understand that. Just you can substitute it. Okay, you can use oil. You're gonna have 2 tablespoons. Oh, sorry, 2 teaspoons.
that let people know what they can substitute with.
I did. Not paying
No, because
attention.
you didn't read what's on there.
This is not gonna go well. Not gonna go well. This is not gonna go well at all. Anyway, 1 pound of ground turkey. You can substitute it with chicken, beef, shrimp, or meat substitute, which is what I said, the vegan crumbles, which you can get in the supermarket. If you go to your local supermarket, they have the vegan crumbles. Oil, okay? We're gonna need 1 bag of a 16 coleslaw mix. You're also gonna need 4 cloves, minced. You're gonna need 2 tablespoons ground ginger, a little bit spicy there, right? 2 of low sodium soy sauce. The reason why I say low sodium, Chris and I cook with the least amount of salt as possible. You're also gonna need 3 large eggs, a cup of green onions, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Extremely important about the sesame oil is in this recipe that you'll get that whole egg roll taste. You're gonna need sauce. I don't even know if I said that right. Hoi sauce and sriracha for flavoring. Choose. So who do we have on Facebook? We don't have anybody on Facebook. Oh, all right. So with that being said, we're gonna go through the ingredients list with Chris in the shot this time.
We're just gonna start. We'll go through that and so people can get time to the paper to do so.
This isn't gonna work.
So let's just start the recipe.
This isn't gonna work.
Oh.
All right. So the first thing you want to do is, if you do not have one, no worries. I just happen to have one myself. You're gonna need a wok. So my little sous chef over here. Wok. This is a wok, okay? Wok and roll. This is a wok. So this is a wok, which is much easier to do stir that you're doing when it comes to stir fry. You can also use a regular fry. Optional of using a wok. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure obviously your pot is clean. And heat your wok over medium heat. Okay, so when it's to medium heat, let that heat up. And the reason why you want the pan to heat, you want to be able to get the oil and everything to heat up with the meat as well. And it just doesn't cook right. It takes much longer, right? So we're gonna let up. It's gonna take not even too long to heat up because we have this really. All right.
And also, if you don't have, we can actually use
Attention, because I said that already.
I don't know. I was over there. I didn't know you said that.
I said you can use a frying pan if you choose. See what I'm saying? You can also, if you're really like with it, you can even cook it on a skillet, like that flat, like the hibachi type of thing. If you want to just, so you want to heat up your wok on medium high heat. Okay, in the wok we are going 1 teaspoon of oil, the regular oil, not the oil. Okay, the sesame oil will be done later. So you want to do 1 teaspoon of oil. All right. So in our wok, you're gonna pour it in the middle like so. All right. All right. And what you want to do is, this is what I usually heat the heat distribution and the oil evenly. Is I kind of put it around like so. Right. It's completely coated to the best of your ability. Alrighty. So we'll put that there. Now what you're going to end up adding is you're going to end up adding your meat or your meat soup or whatever, whether it be the turkey, the chicken, the beef, whatever you choose, in the hot skillet in there, crumbling it as you place it in the pan. Now, just remember, wash your hands beforehand. Alrighty. So, the reason why you want to crumble up the meat before you place it in the pan more evenly, you don't have to fight with the I won't say the word meat because then he's gonna start giggling. I was about to do the typical Hispanic thing. What's the typical Hispanic thing when Hispanics cook? So I'm gonna place that there, just because it's just the comfort of it. All right. So what you want to do is you want to take the meat that you're using as much as possible before you place it in the pan, because you want to make sure that as possible, and you get that you place in there to just basically get even heat distribution. like to do is I like to crumble it up in the package in the skillet, and you're gonna notice that you're gonna get a tss, and that's the sound that we like here on Lunchbreak, the sizzle. Here we go. Get a sizzle, guys. We're placing meat into the wok. It's a little frozen still, so my hands, forgive me, are like hurting right now. Alright, you want to make sure that's all crumbled up in there. Alright, if you guys are just checking in, Lunchbreak episode 100, where we are making keto and... Hey Kathy, hey, Sophia, hey. So we're gonna get our little handy dandy little and we're gonna end up the meat inside of the pan so that way we make sure all evenly, okay? So you're gonna crush that. While I'm doing that, Chris is actually cutting up the green onions, or what we call scallions, depending on what you decide to call it. I call it scallions, he calls it green onions, so, okay? Crushing up the meat, like so, right? Right? And as that's cooking, continues to stir it as much as possible, simply because it will stick to the bottom. Right? So, for just a minute, and constantly, you know, checking on it to make sure that it evenly.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so how does it feel to be the sous chef and not the chef?
Oh, seems like work.
Seems like work. In this household, we share the duties of cooking. Chris is not the only one who cooks, contrary to much belief that people think, oh, Chris is the only one who cooks on Friday. Not true. Not true. We share the duties in the house. Duties. I said duty. So you want to make sure that that meat kind of cooks up. So you want to let it settle for just a little bit. Just like that, right? You want to let it settle and let it cook and then chop it up again. Yeah. Good. All right, this is why Hispanics keep towels on their shoulders, so they don't have to.
Now I'm gonna mince up the garlic cloves.
So he's gonna mince up the garlic cloves for me. Which is the most amazing thing ever because it makes chop. I recommend getting yourself a chop off. Get in the chop. All right. So as you see, guys, the chopped meat or the ground turkey that I'm using right now is. Hey Jordan, how are you? A little bit differently than beef would. So if you were using beef or not necessarily shrimp, you would see a little at the bottom of the pan. But the reason why you're not is because this is turkey, and in this house we usually eat more turkey. We do regular beef, simply because my stomach can't tolerate often. However, I do have on occasion steak that Chris knows that I love. Don't eat too much. We usually just eat like turkey meatballs and turkey meatloaf and stuff like that, and with spaghetti sauce. When I make my special meat sauce, I use turkey meat. That's my personal preference. Right? So how you guys doing so far? You guys are good? To recap, just to remind you guys, we are making a low-carb keto egg roll bowl. Now, as you see, the turkey has cooked just a bit more. You've got a couple of pink pieces here and there. The chopped meat is completely cooked. Uncooked, because we don't want anybody to get sick, especially when it comes to you know, you're not like that. I digress. I will not make a comment. Just saying. Alright, this, by the way, is one of the best tools that I have in the kitchen that I absolutely adore because it makes chopping up easier. Right? So we put, just to recap, 1 teaspoon of oil with the chopped meat. Now you're not going to season your chopped meat.
Laura said food.
Yeah. Yeah. Using your chopped meat because the reason add in there, you just don't want to take away from.
Hello, everybody. Say hi to everybody.
There we go. We're just gonna lower that just a little bit. So once your chopped meat or once your meat substitute is fully cooked, now one part where you want to add the coleslaw. Now, with how how it works, it kind of shrinks. So when you open it up for the first time, it's gonna be really like all over the place. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna add the coleslaw, your garlic, and your soy sauce. So while Chris is coleslaw, I'm gonna go over and I'm the ginger. All right, so here we go. Smell cabbage when it comes out of a bag. Ugh. It smells like poop.
Cabbage, so this way it would be like take it to the side, chop it up in the potatoes already done.
There you go. So you can use mention that too. You can actually use regular cabbage. It just takes much longer to do because you have to shred it and the carrots as well. This is the easiest way. Recipes here on Lunchbreak is how easy.
Yep.
Oh.
You need a 16-ounce bag.
Right. Which is what is it? Okay. So 16-ounce bag. If you want, obviously you double everything. You don't double just one thing. So you take this and you dump it right in there. This is a one pot meal. I actually would even go so. I know you don't like them, but Brussels sprouts because they're mini cabbage, asparagus. I would do just to give it that extra color.
Sorry, I'm not into.
So we've added the bag of coleslaw, right? Just stir it around just a little bit because you don't want bottom to necessarily stick. Add the garlic first. Bam. So you add your garlic in there. You're gonna add your ginger. Now be careful when it comes with ginger because ginger a spice and it will add some a little extra heat. So if you're not really with the whole heat within it, because ginger is not something that you take out a little bit less of it. So here we go with the ginger. The spoons of ginger, okay? So sprinkle down. All right. All right. Thank you.
Looking that way, smell everything going that way.
In between you adding your spices, you want to make sure that it becomes fully incorporated. Guys, if you can smell this, this smells legit. It really does. Alright, so come over here. What do you smell besides the cabbage?
Ginger.
Yeah, ginger's very strong. That's why a lot of people, Alright, so as you see, the pot was filled. The reason why is because cabbage has a natural moisture. When you make spinach, okay? Spinach, natural, spinach and cabbage. Water in them, so when they're heated up, they actually expand. It's not the other way around. So now that we've mixed all of them, look how pretty that looks. Looks so pretty, right, guys? I actually love this meal for one because it's just so easy to make, and because you have all these different things of like the different spices that are. There you go. So we're gonna make sure that's complete. Up. We're gonna lower the fire just a little bit more. All right. And soy sauce. So we're gonna add our soy sauce. Just you add the soy sauce is not in the middle because the edge of the pan is hot. So I would suggest you go around just like such, so it can reach the bottom of whatever is cooking. Alright, so now the soy sauce is on the bottom, it's heating up. So now we're gonna toss that in. Yes.
I just want to eat it.
You're on a low carb diet and you're craving Chinese food. Girls, I'm just like, this years ago, I was like, wait a minute. No egg roll, low carb. That's like impossible. Freaking way possible. Yeah. And I can even tell you that you can a quesadilla. You can stuff it in a you can put it in between potato bread. It's totally up to you. Or some cloud bread, which I can make really quick as well. So if you want me to make that. So is you want to cook this for about 5 minutes. Because what you want to do is you want to soften the cabbage and not make it this crunch. So we're going to lower that just a little bit. Alright? Forward, you want to just keep an eye on it because you want to make sure and here to the bottom. Best way to do that is just going to cover it just a little bit where you have a little bit of a vent. Or if you have that has a vent. And 5 minutes started. So while we're let's just see who is on.
Hey, it's Bruno.
Bruno.
You see that, right? See, I'm trying.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to be. I can't get it past this, but you know, I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just trying to live. Just trying to, you know.
There you go.
Got the beard in.
There you go.
In the interim.
In the interim.
We'll give you an update to my dad.
He's doing better.
Yes. Yeah, major surgeries, which will take a program to just go through. But he is doing good. So thank you guys.
He is on the mends. He is on the road to recovery.
Thank you guys for your prayer and continued support and prayers because he needs it to recover even more.
Right. So I just want to say, I don't know if it's okay to say, but
Yeah.
Okay. Cannot be totally grateful any more than what we are. But we want to a few people the amazing, dedicated, hardworking staff in Manhattan. So Mount Sinai main campus as well as Mount Sinai Beth Israel. In addition, Lopez, who you guys know has been not featured but shown, one of the most amazing pulmonologists in been graced to have met us through a lot of these Tony's dad and even my late husband and my Facebook. All good? Alright. Alright guys on Facebook, so yeah. So, I don't know if you guys caught that. So, once again, shout out to Mount Sinai Israel for doing an amazing, phenomenal with CK's dad and my father-in-law. He would not be the tireless efforts that they were doing. So, we got 2 more minutes timer here for our egg roll bowl. If you guys are just checking version of the traditional fried egg roll. Now, if you guys can just see really quick, oh my god. It's how do you guys think about me actually cooking? Like, is this something that you might want to see?
I'm not saying no to that.
Alright, so about to come up in just a minute. Why do I consider that the fun part? It's because I'm gonna make a mess.
Before the 2 minutes are up.
A minute.
I guess we'll wait till. Is there another break before? No, is there another break? You're the cook. It's the recipe.
It's, I mean,
Wait,
once we're done with this part, it's the eggs and that's it. Like once we're through.
Alright, so we'll just continue this now.
Okay, so you got all the ingredients that are in here. The 1 pound of ground turkey, 1 oil, the bag of coleslaw, the 4 garlic cloves minced, the 2 tablespoons of ginger, and the soy sauce. And you cook this for about 5 minutes so that way the cabbage can soften.
Wait, Bruno, why are you saying scary?
It's scary that I'm cooking. Most people who eat my cooking are still alive. So, alright, so off. And I want you to see the difference in between the cabbage when it first as opposed to now. So, as you guys can see, the cabbage was about up to here in the beginning. And if you see the cabbage almost translucent or almost clear, like it kind of lost that really white or green color. So if you notice, and by the way, elevating right now, he's like, can you just finish everything because I want to taste it. That's what she. All right, so we'll put you guys right back up there. So now at this point, this is what you're gonna end up doing. So you're gonna press. You're gonna take your spoon and you're gonna press the cabbage mix. Okay, just like this. You're gonna press it to the side. What I'm doing. Alright. Okay, alright. Alright, so you're gonna press. Now when you press the cabbage to the side, you're gonna notice a lot of liquid kind of pouring out the bottom. And the reason why is because it was the meat that had the regular that it had in the meat already. So once you press it, you're gonna add the remaining 1 teaspoon of oil. Then you did only 1 teaspoon. So just give me 2 teaspoons right there. So just give me another teaspoon, that's all.
No, you put in 2 teaspoons.
Alright, so that's fine. So, now the reason why you want to add a little, the reason why you're going to split up the oil is because this is the flash. Alright? So you're pushing everything to the side like this. Good. Alright. Spoon of oil, right? You're going to place it to the side of the mixture. On top, guys, because that's going to end up soaking everything up, right? Pour your oil like so. Pour your oil like so. Now's when you can start making a mess. And what are you going to throw in there? Your eggs. What do I call these? Jeez. Liquid butt nuggets. Take your egg and you're gonna slowly pour it. Slowly pour the egg into that area. And as you're pouring the egg, a little bit, right? Now you're gonna cause that like stir fry effect to it. So you're gonna make sure that the eggs are distributed on the side where the cabbage and the meat is not. Okay, very careful when it comes to cooking with eggs because no one should be eating raw eggs. Okay, salmonella, people. Salmonella is real. All right. So as you see, the eggs are starting to cook. So I suggest stir it like so. You're basically scrambling the eggs. people I've showed make this before, they're like, well, why don't you just scramble the eggs prior? You could do that if you were requiring another pot, which we don't want to cook with. We want to do a one low carb, right? Eggs have been basically cooking, and it's less cleanup. So more here, right? Just like so. Thank you very much. All right, get all the little butt nuggets out of there. All right. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you stir. You don't want runny eggs. Okay. Only if it's like salami and chuka. By the way, I've been Dominican-fied, if you don't realize by now. I'm a white. Okay, I'm a white girl. My darling husband over here is Dominican, and a lot of things that they eat for breakfast. In the beginning, but I'm like, okay, we'll try it. So now I actually like it. You want to make sure that you stir up your eggs a little bit, stick to the bottom. See, babe, how this kind of. Right? Almost there. Almost there. Oh, Princess and the Frog, sorry. Princess Tiana. So now, some people like to make them just a little bit more cooked when it comes to surf. Let they're cooked when they start to lose their glossy look to it. Right? So the eggies are basically done with the butt nugget juice. And now get in. This is when you start mix in the eggs into mixture, okay? And the reason why you do it this, you want to make sure that the eggs do not dry out. Oh, like, right? Guys are all clean. The green onions. It's all right. So sprinkle it on in, sir. All the way around. Alright. Gonna mix that in there. Thank you, sous chef. So you mix that in, and the reason why you add the green onions at the end, a bit of crunch and that fresh taste of the fry. Now the last step that you're gonna do. Your sesame oil. Guys, sesame oil is a lot of it. You're gonna take your sesame oil and you're gonna pour in a circle. Alright, was that a tablespoon? You sure? That didn't look like a tablespoon. That looked like a teaspoon. Alright. So now you can get me up. Stir that up, stir that up. Now I'm not, yo no sé well when it comes to serving of a platter. What's this?
Yeah, but we're doing presentations.
Yeah, but I'll do that. I'm telling you. It's off camera. He got annoyed, so I'll do it. Not a problem. Want to cut the heat off? Make sure you cut your heat off, right? Need to cover it again, right? Ooh. Moisture. Can I get the? Can I get the red thing, please? Yes, I want the red thing, please.
You're sure?
I want the red thing. Alrighty. So, what you want to eat, up to you. Alright? So you're going to take your plate. Alright.
Just asking a question. I'm asking a question. Why are you doing it?
Alright. There you guys go. Now what you can do is to keep the moisture in, put the top back on, and move it off that hot area. Even though the surface or your range is completely blank. Now, is actually do that. It's not on the recipe, but I like to do it. I'm gonna add these, some sesame seeds, right? Crisp to everything. Sesame seeds. Like so. Switch this back over. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A low carb keto egg roll. Alright, let's show it for you guys. You guys have it. Look at all that. All the yumminess of an egg roll. No carbs. Alright, now you can garnish this with soy sauce or duck sauce. But Chris, taste it with whatever garnish decides to use. Alright. Like so, like that. While he gets a little pencil. Let's see what he thinks. Here we go. Alrighty, you don't want to add no soy sauce, no duck sauce or anything?
What's the chef already done?
You can add duck sauce if you want. That's what it calls for. And there you go. Simple, low carb, one pot meal that your entire family.
Lunchbreak delicious. Right, with a Chinese stir fry?
Now, if you decide from your local Asian market, that's what you would add into little thingy. Okay, so there you go. Brought to you. Oh my goodness. You got any comments on Facebook? Probably not. Oh yeah,
Okay, kept getting interrupted, as you can see.
So, say that this is something that anybody can.
The ingredients of the ground, which whatever you desire to make, from or as Melissa suggested, shrimp. You have eggs, you can get eggs, and then everything else you can store. You know, basically the sesame oil, onions, soy sauce, which you probably have around in your house anyway.
Yeah.
Ground ginger, butter cloves, of course, you know, everyone has that.
Yeah.
But if you don't even have coleslaw in the house, cabbage is do your thing that way.
If you decide to want to put more work, it's easy to make. It's legitimately one pot. You will cook multiple pots for this one plate. It can be, especially if you double the recipe, anywhere. I can even see making this in a hotel room with a little pot or whatever, where it's not creating too much of smoke, because as you guys can see, it hasn't created that much, or like, you know, pan fried stuff that you would see on a normal thing. But there you guys have it.
Reiterate to everybody, just grab a pen right now.
Go through the ingredients right now. Okay, so what are the ingredients?
Take your time saying them.
So we have 1 pound of ground turkey that we used, which you can use either chicken, pork, shrimp, whatever you choose, as long as it's 1. Certain that if you're using shrimp, that you devein, and Chris can do a little short video about that later on to show you how simple with a toothpick.
I just buy that with.
Yeah, so if you, like I said, if you want to put in the
quick
work,
stuff.
you can.
Yeah, quick stuff.
2 teaspoons oil,
which you use 1 part in the beginning and 1 part at the end. I'm just saying.
Anyway, you have 1 bag of pre-cut coleslaw mix, because everything, cabbage, the chopped the carrots, no effort whatsoever. You need 4 garlic cloves minced up, okay? You want spoons of ground ginger. You want 2 tablespoons of soy. 3 medium to large eggs, not small, because then you're not gonna have enough mixture in there. Which, by the way, you can omit, or you can use, totally up to you. All right, of green onions, or scallions, that I call them. 1 tablespoon oil, and if you're thinking that the sesame oil is not going to be enough, it is. Hoisin sauce, which is optional, which would be like a garnish. Hi, Nancy. And optional as well, which is also optional to duck sauce. You serve this on and boom, there you go. You can actually take this with you to work and heat it up in a so easy to make, as you guys can wait about 20 something minutes to make from beginning to end. Only reason why I kind of stretch up plating everything, but once you make this the first time, I guarantee you, you're gonna be hooked on it. You're gonna want to have this at least once or twice. This is just so simple to make, especially if you're someone like myself, 4 hours a day, and you're like, I'm hungry, but I don't want to sit and slave 1 pot meal. So there you guys have it. I'm hoping for some other keto or low carb versions of previous episodes as well, to show you that although it is as tasty as the regular version, as you guys can see, the whole egg roll thing going on, the egg roll thing going on, and you can take out, let's say, the green onions because you don't like that. That's fine. The only thing I would not fail is the cabbage, obviously. I would not omit the sesame oil, unless you're allergic to it. Then you would have to find something. And you can omit the eggs. Okay, everything else that we added in, you have to do it with this recipe, because that's what makes the recipe and that's the flavor of it. So get yourself a tortilla, get yourself some egg roll wraps. You can find them. Having fun while eating and learning what you're putting in your meals. I tell people that all the time. You should know what goes in your meals, because then you become with it.
So, without further ado, so we can give those people who have birthdays this week, or have had a birthday this week, we want to say happy birthday to you guys from Lunchbreak, to let you know that birthday's here, and that, you know, because you can't really celebrate, we still want to acknowledge the fact that you guys have birthdays. So wish a very happy birthday to Yelemni, whose birthday to Christopher, whose birthday to my Aunt Felipa, whose birthday passed this Monday. Happy birthday to Alma, whose happy birthday to Marilis, whose birthday was also Tuesday.
It was a busy month for some people. I'm just saying.
Vanessa, whose birthday was also Tuesday. Happy birthday to that we have here, always watching and commenting. Happy birthday to my cousin Jotna, whose birthday was also on that Wednesday.
Happy birthday to Anika Gopalse. Yeah, happy birthday, girl.
And then we have some birthdays that are coming tomorrow for Jolanda and Sarah.
Sarah Lakerum, which, by the way, we went to school together. Anika and Sarah and I and Chris. So
happy birthday, and those who are birthdays are still coming about you. The next episode actually will have you guys featured in it. So just letting you know, hey Ryan, what's up?
Hey.
So just that's basically just a bit. And also we want to always, as we always do, to all those essential people who are doing their due diligence of being safe and keeping us safe, and for ourselves also for staying safe. And give a big shout out and a thank you to everybody for that.
Anyways, guys, as we say here on lunch break, always practice safe precautions. Wash your hands, wear your mask, don't be a fool. Okay, this thing is real. I don't want to get into that debate about that. Wash your hands, keep your distance when you need to. A job is really not worth you dying, to be honest with you. A job is not worth getting sick. And don't be selfish. Cover your damn mouth when you cough.
So everyone, for joining us on episode 100. I know we had some difficulties. I'm gonna have to plan to see if I can correct these. Doing this and you guys watching it makes it horrible for you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in on Twitch, on Instagram, on Facebook, and Twitter, and all of this that you guys watch us. We thank you, and as always,
real quick, I just want to take this time to thank him
for allowing her to
doing the show.
Melissa, for 100, no, because we're doing a tribute. You're doing a tribute. Just keep it as 100 as we can.
No, we're 100.
Like saying, everybody, thank you for our social medias.
Like, comment, and share.
And then we're here on Lunch Break.
Don't settle for less.
And make it your best. So
love
you. Love you guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.